You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you once again for joining me for Can We Talk About It, where we do talk about that elephant in the room. I've had a good weekend, probably up until Sunday. I went through some things, and sometimes when you work with people, you never really know people until you work with them. So I learned about a couple of things about a couple of people that I work with. But when I got home later on that evening, I had a freak accident where a bunch of grease had popped me in my chest, and it's really sore. So if you see me tugging or pulling at my blouse, please forgive me. So today, August the 14th, 2017, I want to give a shout out to a couple that I met yesterday. Very nice people, Carmen and Frazier. Hello, people. How are you? I was so happy to meet you. I believe that the Lord did bring us together. Thank you so much for showing me hospitality when I came down there to Ypsilanti. I really appreciated that. And as always, I want to give my husband, Charles Stinson, a shout out. Hi, sweetie, I love you, and thank you so much for being there for me. And I want to just go ahead and get on with the show. First, I want to talk about the election that took place August the 8th, especially in my district. I mean, come on, people, we are so sad. What is wrong with you folks? I mean, out of 100%, I think maybe 20 to 22% of the people in my district voted, and it's so sad. So to the people in my district, if you're not part of the solution, you are definitely part of the problem. And if you don't want to help out, then don't complain when people that you don't want to be in your district, like Gabe Leland, he's still in the district, he's still doing crazy stuff. The last time I was here, I was talking about some ex-girlfriend that he had that I guess she's part of some rich family. I can't remember who this person is. I'll get more of it to you because I've been doing a lot and I really haven't researched this, so I don't want to get too into it. But he used to go with this woman at one point, and the woman that he was with, her father owns I guess a bunch of companies, and he made a bid for like a couple of $1 million, $2.4 million, to help her father's business out, and that's one reason why I was saying I did not want this man in my district. Come to find out, he won the district with less than 5,000 votes or less than 4,000 votes or something like that. And I had a young man on here a couple of months back named Jason, and we were talking to you guys about how we need to start being more politically minded about the things that go on, because politically on the local front where it actually does affect us, we're not doing anything. You're not trying to help yourselves, and I don't understand. I'm getting down on the people in my district that don't want to help themselves. Now, the people that don't know and don't know any better and can't read, I've said this before. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Now, there's another election coming up. I don't know if it's next month or it's going to be in November, and I just found out that there's a lot of people that don't even know what a voter's registration card is. And I'm just going to let you people know that the people who don't know, a voter's registration card is once you sign up to vote, they send you a card and it's for your district. Your name is on it. Your address is on it and zip code. So where you go to vote at, you show that card to let them know that you are a registered voter. Please, if you don't know what it is, Google where can I go to sign up to vote, or who can I go to? Even talk to the people in your district, like your district council person. And our district is, once again, Gabe Leland, who I feel is, just my opinion, is a sorry district person, because I've been trying to get in touch with him, and we were supposed to have been having meetings like all this year. I've been trying to get in touch with him. Last year I tried to talk to him. He's always, to me, running. And I'm going to catch him, and I'm going to catch him in some things, and I'm working on some stuff. And Mr. Leland, I'm so sick of you hiding behind other people, city council, your how can I say this? Your reputation, which is really not that good. Your title. You don't even live in the district. I know that either you bought a house here for somebody, or you claim that you're a roommate at some house with somebody, but you don't even live in this district. And it's sad how people like you get away with these type of things, and the government doesn't care, because if they did, this stuff wouldn't be going on. So, that's basically all I have to say. Shame on my district for not going out to vote. And shame on you guys who know people that want to go vote, but you won't help them go to vote. Like, there's elderly people that want to vote, and they have children, and they're too lazy to take their parents, grandparents, however it may be, to go vote. Shame on you. We got to start doing better. So I want to get on with my conversation for today, and that's older men between the ages of 45 through 70. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because over the weekend and weekend before last, I seen a group of older men between the ages, I say 60 and 70, mid 70s or early 70s, and they were in the Regal, and they all jumped out. And I guess, I don't know what they're trying to relive. They got their pants half off their butt. That's men, older men. Stop doing that. I'm embarrassed for you. There's a lot of women that's embarrassed for you. Even younger women that's embarrassed for you. I don't understand if you're trying to relive your youth. It's gone. Get over it. Start being an example. Why are you walking around showing your pants half off your butt, running around smelling like Ben Gay and Lord knows whatever else that you're smelling like? Stop doing that. I'm so tired of seeing men that's supposed to be role models for these younger men. I'm starting to see more younger men get down on these older men about the way they act, and that's very sad. I had I had an older man walk up to me. How you doing, mommy? Mommy? Your mother is probably 85 to 90 years old, or she's probably resting in peace. I am not your mama, old man. Don't talk to me like that. You're old enough to be my father or grandfather. You older guys need to get a grip. You are living in la la land. You get a girlfriend, or you get some young girl like 25, 30 years your junior. Oh, I got it going on. I'm doing this. I'm a pimp. I'm a boss. No, you ain't. You know what you are? You're a John. That's what you are. You are a John, whether you want to believe it or not. You balling out on the first, third, and 15, but you a John. You living off, well, some of these men, okay, maybe you have worked hard for this money, and now you're living off of your Social Security money, and it's your money, and you can do with it as you please. But why embarrass yourself and live a life like that way out of your league? These people, these young kids nowadays are far beyond the things that you or I and back in my day used to do. These young women out here are running circles around you old men, and y'all just think that you're balling out of control, and you not. This is a fixed income that you're on. You live in some, and you can live better than this, but you live in some one bedroom, piss smelled apartment, and you spend all your other money on women and whatever they want, drugs, booze. You mess around with all types of people that don't mean you no good until somebody knocks you upside your head. Then you want the police to come and seek vengeance for you when you put yourself in that situation. Shame on you. Shame on you. Now, the only thing that I can say as far as men that act like that, they are living some type of midlife crisis, or like I said before, they don't want to let go of their youth. They're, especially you men that's married. Oh, I got a wife and I got a girlfriend. You going to hell if you don't get your life in order. Why would you take all of your youth? Now, you probably worked all your youth. You done got all of these years in. Now you're supposed to be, this is supposed to be your twilight years. You're supposed to be reaping the benefits of what the Lord has blessed you, even to live as long as you have. Now you doing the fool in your old age. Now, I can understand if you're 20, between the ages of 20, 25, you getting to know yourself, you still living, you still learning. But these men are like 58, 60, 65, 70, 73 years old. Some of them are 75 years old. And for the life of me, I don't understand why you would wait all your life to start raising hell. This is terrible, and you guys need to stop that. You got a wife that loves you, been with you through hell and high water, and you treat her so bad. Some of you men that marry women 20 years your junior, then when they leave you, oh, you want to die, you can't stand to live alone. Okay, but you've been living alone. You know why? Because you've been keeping the person that's supposed to be close to you out of your life. When people are with you, some people are with you because they want to be with you. But the sad thing are, some people are with you because of what you have. And it has nothing to do with you. And I am embarrassed for you men that run around buffooning through life when you get old, thinking that I'm all that. I'm the man. No, you not. You the John that's looking for attention and letting all these young girls run through your money. You could be living a lot better than what you living. You choose to live piss po because you want to act like you balling out of control on the 1st, 3rd, and the 15th. Shame on you. I don't want to say I hope, people say, I hope you get whatever you deserve that's good for you. No, I don't want to go that way with black men or anybody for that fact, but I'm talking about black men because I know that black men been through a lot, and I know that especially older black men have been through a lot, but stealing somebody else's youth is not the way to go about it, my older brothers. I mean, there's brothers in the church that do the same thing. Just because you hide behind God don't make it no different. You come to church, praising the Lord, hallelujah, thank the Lord. Then you get up, sister, can I take you out? You got a wife. What are you asking some young single woman, can you take her out for? There's a lot of pastors that do that. Sister, I need to talk to you. What you need to talk to them if your wife ain't around, or if they're like, I know a pastor to keep himself safe. Whenever he speaks to a young woman, he makes sure he keeps the doors open. Now, this is one thing I can say about this pastor. He's not going to get caught up, and that I can say that's one thing that I can respect this pastor for. He's not going to let himself get caught up in no mess. Now, I'm not saying that he does that with everybody, but I'm saying from what I've seen, it seems like that's one thing that's not going to get him caught up. But there's some of you pastors want to meet these women away from the church, take them out to eat. Well, I'm gonna take you out to eat, and we're gonna talk about it. You supposed to be a man in the cloth. It's about helping this person's soul. It ain't about feeding them. It ain't about stroking nobody's ego. It's about the Lord's word and helping a soul get to where they supposed to be, being mature, babe in Christ, or growing up in Christ, or something like that. I'm talking about these three specific genre of men, because these type of men, you're really no good for the community. Not at all. Because you mess around with dirty women, and excuse me, sisters, some of you women are dirty. You mess around with these dirty women, you spreading disease from woman to woman, or maybe even your wife. You're causing contagion amongst your own people, and you don't care. You're a dirty John, and stop it. Quit sitting in front of a store trying to hit on women, and once you hit on them and they say, well, I'm taking for, excuse me, sister, you got 30 cents you can, I'm not about to give you my husband's hard-earned money. Are you crazy? Have you really lost your mind? And you consider that a job. Shame on you. How is that a job, begging someone for their hard-earned money? I don't get it. Please explain that to me, somebody, like I'm 5 years old. We as a community need to start getting down on these folks that's walking around acting like this, because once you put them in the hot seat, then they'll stop. There was a time when a community was a community. When there was a rapist around, everybody pointed out the rapist. When somebody was drunk and on the street corner, somebody talked to them and tried to help them straighten up. Now today, in this lifetime, is a norm. And then people say, well, I'm going through. It's so much you don't understand. No, you don't understand. Everybody is going through something. You need to be held accountable for the things that you do, because when you get drunk, or when you do what you do, or when you with somebody like younger than you and you call yourself kicking game, that's what you tell them. Didn't nobody do it, young blood, but you. Okay, ain't nobody living your life but you. So you need to get a hold of your sagging pants, tighten up your belt, go to a library, try to learn some things. If you don't know how to read or write, get somewhere where somebody can teach you. And the bad thing about this, a lot of these black men, not a few, a lot of these black men get exemplary education, and they turn to that because they feel like that's the easier way to live. And shame on you for feeling that way. Don't you know that it takes more energy to not do nothing than it does to do something in your life? Did you know that? It takes a lot of energy to just sit in one place and do nothing. You can run the streets all day and all night like you 20, 25 years old. You wake up the next day, and sometimes you even got to be ran to the hospital because you done dehydrated your body. You done ran your body through some type of ringer the night before, and now you want somebody to feel sorry for you and come take care of your raggedy, low-life butt. Shame on you. And shame on the women that deal with these type of men. Because you're so lazy, you'd rather take their money than get up and do something for yourselves too. You can fool all of the people some of the time. And you can fool some of the people all of the time. But you cannot fool yourself. Because every time you look in that mirror, you see you and what you are really all about. No matter where you go, there you are. Some people do this because they're in pain. They don't want to see that they've made a mess of their lives. Some people, they want to stay blinded because that's an easier way for them to live their life. But what are you going to tell God when the judgment day comes? Oh, I was so in pain about my life that I just could not see myself living no other kind of way. You know what he's going to say? I don't know you. because it's not about you. It's about him. So if you can't even live for the Lord who loves you and gave his life for you, I'm talking to these older men, especially the ones who be kicking Christ. How you going to sit up and kick Christ to somebody? Excuse me. How you going to sit up and kick Christ to somebody when you not even following what Christ say? You are the people that the Lord are going to say, depart from me. I never knew you. And the ones that's trying to act like, oh, I'm blind, I don't see what I'm doing. What you mean you don't see what you're doing? When you live with yourself every second, every minute of the day. I seen a young man take an older man. He's standing in front of the store. He's drinking and just whistling at young women. This man, this is the first, y'all. He's got a pocket full of money. And he's just trying to catch any young thing that will go with him. A young man walked up to him, and you know what I heard him say? Brother, what are you doing? You know what the old man did? He put his head down in shame. So a lot of y'all know what y'all doing. Anytime an older man can feel that guilty about his life when the brother hadn't even gotten into what he was doing, he just asked him a question. A lot of you older men are gems and can teach these brothers and some of these sisters a wealth of knowledge, but you choose not to. I don't want to see your raggedy butt out in the street. I'm quite sure women my age or even women your age don't want to see your raggedy butts out in the street, your wrinkled butts out in the streets. We don't want to see the young men. What makes you think we want to see you? Stop it. You got knowledge that can save a community, and you rather chunk it all because you feel like the world ain't going right for you. Let me tell you something. We are all connected to each other in one form or fashion or another. We are all responsible for each other. So if you see a brother or sister and you don't have a kind word for them, or you can't help them, or you can't pick them up, then you're part of society, this community's problem. Those who say, well, that ain't my business, that ain't my child, that ain't my husband, that's not my fault. When something happened to you, then don't ask nobody to help you. Because we are helpers one of another. You older brothers need to get your lives in order. Your grandchildren need you. I'm quite sure your boys may need you. I'm quite sure you embarrass the mess out of your family when you walk around like that, knowing that they know and you know where you came from. We all came from greatness, but a lot of us say this, oh, the man got me down. This is going on, that's going on, I can't. Yes, you can. If you can go to a Social Security office, and I'm not talking about, once again, men and women who work all their life and they've earned this Social Security. If you can go to a Social Security office and con somebody out of government money, then you can help somebody else. What are you going to do? And it's coming to pass. When Trump say, I'm tired of taking care of you darkies, you get no more money. What you gonna be sitting in front of the store whistling, telling young girls then? Because you sure ain't gonna have the greenbacks to give them anything. That's the only reason they mess with y'all little raggedy, rusty people. What are you gonna tell them? I don't get no more state aid, but can you be with me? That's the reason they're with you. Now you're a bum and you're a John. Don't think just because you got money, you are somebody. That goes for any and everybody. Don't think just because you got a few ducats in your pocket, you are somebody. Don't act like you the man on the 1st, the 3rd, and the 15th, like I said, and then you want to act like regular folks and you scratching and scraping and scrimping and borrowing and begging just to get by until you get another piece of paper from the government who, by the way, don't like you, don't like us. It's time for our men to stand up and be somebody. It's time for our men to come up out of these shadows and stand up for the kings that you are. It's very, I know sometimes it's hard for a black man, I've seen some black men struggle and go through a lot of things. But they never let the odds stop them from the things that they wanted to do. They never let the odds tell them you can't. They never let people tell them you are this, you are that. You are what you think you are. We have to get people's negative thoughts, other people's negative thoughts out of our head and be what we were destined to be. Oh, the police got me. Get some strength, some inner strength. Let the light of God glow in you, and trust me, they won't bother you. They only bother people they know that's scared of them. I know a brother that goes to church. He's a police officer, and his word ain't crap. So I said that to say this. Even police officers that I know that go to church ain't crap. So if they can act the way that they act in church, I can imagine how they act towards their own people on the street. So what I will say is, black men, please get your lives in order. Your community needs you. Your wives need you. Your grandchildren need you. And your children need you. What better gift to give your family than yourself? To clean your life up. To live a righteous life. To let whoever know I'm a strong black man. I love my family. And most of all, I love myself. We got to quit buffooning out here in these streets, black men. Shucking and jiving and begging for money. And the thing is, you don't even ask most brothers, you ask the women. Women that may have children, you ask them. Get it together. Young men, old men, especially you old men. If you don't get it together, our communities are going to die off. Quit putting your responsibility on us, the women. Get a handle on your lives and talk to somebody and give somebody some knowledge. So I love you all. And until next week, please, stay strong.